Welcome back to our channel, where we provide updates and undisclosed narratives on Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. We provide you with the exciting news. Catherine left the fashion world speechless in most underrated style moments, but people love her fashion statement. As a fashion reporter who has documented every hemline since 2011, I remain astonished by Princess Catherine's sartorial selections. One of the primary requests from my followers is to write about Princess Catherine's overlooked wardrobe successes, why the princess's most understated outfits now seem to represent the future of fashion. In this video, I will elucidate the rationale. Commence! When style historians eventually examine the visual archive of Catherine, Princess of Wales, the inclination will be to concentrate on the spectacle, the ethereal Jenny Packham gowns that shimmered under chandeliers, the tiaras that cast sapphire-hued reflections onto gilded palace ceilings, and the crimson capes that adorned a recently rehabilitated royal figure shortly after chemotherapy. Those are the images that editors continue to affix to their front pages. In my 14 years of examining Catherine's wardrobe, I have discovered that the lasting narrative frequently resides in the details we overlook. Instances when renowned brands yield to subtle elegance, color explorations, or patterns that initially baffle but are later reflected on Parisian runways in subsequent seasons. During the princess's extensive recovery in Windsor this past spring, I dedicated a rainy afternoon to reassessing her middle-shelf appearances, the outfits that garnered either a brief remark in 2015 or a kind nod of approval in 2018. Viewed from the contemporary perspective of dopamine dressing, luxury resale, and sustainability-driven repetition, such ensembles seem less like footnotes and more like thesis statements. Presented here are 6 previously disregarded performances that now seem almost prophetic, accompanied by the ensuing fan fervor and the delayed professional assessments they are receiving. The Fold London Tweed Dress. Her Majesty's Prison Send, 2015. On a fog-laden October morning in Surrey, photographers anticipated the then Duchess of Cambridge to choose a conventional pastel hue. Instead, she traversed the jail courtyard in a sharply tailored gray tweed sheath by the Fold London, an emerging brand whose bespoke methodology has since epitomized conscientious luxury. The V-neck grazed her collarbone, while an asymmetric peplum elegantly cascaded over the hips. Gray suede L.K. Bennett shoes, a gunmetal Nubuck Hobbs handbag, and diamond-embellished Kiki McDonough drop earrings constituted a subdued, somewhat business ensemble. The coverage was deferential but measured. Perfectly appropriate was mentioned in many articles. However, the social media back-channels became more vocal. "This is my LinkedIn inspiration board manifested," tweeted @CareerCat, a city banker who subsequently confessed to capturing the image for each promotion meeting. 8 years later, stylist and former Vogue editor Serena Hood considers the visit as ground zero for Catherine's monochrome era, a subtle stylistic shift that demonstrated women could don a single color from head to toe while still appearing uplifting rather than funereal. Data corroborates this. Searches for gray tweed dress on the resale portal Vestiaire Collective surged by 42% in the 2 weeks after the circulation of freshly uploaded images of the jail engagement on TikTok this spring. It demonstrates that a regal appearance does not require ostentatious brocade or lace. Rather, cut, fabric, and tonal harmony convey their own message, says Hood. The Polka Burgundy Skirt Suit, University College London, 2018. 3 years and 3 royal babies later, Catherine appeared outside UCL's neuroscience laboratory wearing a vine-colored skirt suit by the French brand Polka. The princess's rotating ponytail, velvet bow barrettes, and coordinating mulberry Bayswater purse epitomized what British tabloids referred to as a prep school chic moment. During an era when midi lengths were mandated by fashion norms, Catherine's above-the-knee circle skirt seemed distinctly subversive. Recall that 2018 marked the zenith of Meghan mania, observes Bethan Holt, fashion director at The Telegraph. Any divergence from the quasi-regal midi appeared exaggerated in contrast. Some pundits regarded the hemline as excessively collegiate, but Gen Z enthusiasts saw it as a symbol of liberation. TikTok creator @RoyallyRetro shared a split screen featuring Catherine spinning on the UCL stairs with 1960s co-eds at Radcliffe, captioned, "The skirt suit that inspired my major in neuroscience." The video now has over 1.3 million views. After 5 rewears, 3 by Catherine and 2 attributed to Princess Charlotte's purported future mood board, according to Instagram speculation, the polka outfit seems avant-garde. Miniskirt ensembles prevailed on Miu Miu's Fall 25 catwalk. Burgundy, designated as WGSN's color of 2026, is already influencing retailers. The princess foresaw the resurgence of the youthful power suit, adds Holt. She attributed an air of intellectualism to a hue previously regarded as merely festive. Anticipate university lecture rooms inundated with claret in September. The Armani Collezione Power Red collection was introduced at the Global Academy in 2017. Prior to Valentino's revival of Rosso and Pantone's designation of Fiery Flame as the color of 2024, Catherine had previously worn a whole flame ensemble in Hounslow. The inauguration of the Global Academy Radio Hub necessitated an aesthetic that aligned with the assertive ethos of the Heads Together mental health campaign. She selected a tailored, collarless jacket and matching pencil skirt from Armani Collezione, with ribbed pleats that accentuated the waist, akin to armor-light corsetry. Beige Rupert Sanderson quartz and an etui envelope clutch receded elegantly into the background, allowing the scarlet to dominate. During the occasion, she positioned herself between Prince William and grime singer Professor Green as the pair addressed inquiries about the destigmatization of anxiety. Behind the scenes, the MC gestured at her jacket and said, "You are not hesitant to amplify the volume, ma'am." The cameras captured the princess smiling, her confidence radiating in harmony with the cloth. Professor Carol Mather, an expert in garment semiotics at Central St. Martin's, elucidates that rich red in color psychology signifies boldness and leadership. The gentle Italian tailoring conveyed an assertive rather than aggressive message. Tatler has now included the outfit in its list of blue-chip rewear potentials for Catherine's expected wardrobe during the 2028 coronation. Online enthusiasts want a reprise, this time, they implore, with tone-on-tone Gianvito Rossi shoes. A change. Org petition currently has 4,200 signatures. Marcus Luffer's Sparrow Print Arabella, Berlin, 2017. Merely hours later, and 600 miles apart, emerged the appearance that divided the fashion commentators. The British press referred to Marcus Luffer's light teal Arabella as a budgie dress, whilst Berlin's Der Tagesspiegel lauded it as an homage to the ballroom's bohemian ghosts. The location was Clerkin's Ballhouse, a dance hall illuminated by chandeliers where Marlene Dietrich had performed the waltz. Catherine's diaphanous chiffon, adorned with sparrows and secured by a Jenny Packham silver lame belt, seemed to hover under the lanterns. The dress was entirely logical for Berliners, says Anna Weber, curator of the Fashion Museum in the German city. Lupfer is one of our own, and the avian motif represents freedom, a significant theme in a city still analyzing its barriers, both literal and metaphorical. British commentators, familiar with Catherine's tidy sheath design, were less favorable. In a survey conducted by Hello magazine, 38% deemed the dress her most chaotic print. By 2025, cottagecore has evolved into what trend analysts refer to as fantasy folk. Alessandra Rich, Erdem, and Bora Aksu have all created avian print midi dresses that closely resemble those of Arabella. Even detractors have altered their perspective. Fashion journalist Lou Stoppard tweeted in March, "I owe Catherine an apology. The Sparrow Lupfer served as the prelude to a whole genre." TikTok, as anticipated, capitalized on it. #BirdDressRedemption garnered 12 million views inside a week. Massimo Dutti, Zara, and a touch of animal instinct. Cardiff, 2020. A month before the pandemic's closure of Britain, Catherine's 24-hour child development research tour arrived in Cardiff. She disembarked from the train wearing a caramel Massimo Dutti maxi coat that signaled an investment essential. But underneath it emerged a zebra-patterned pleated midi from Zara, exuding high-street audacity. Initially, I presumed it was a quintessential polka dot, concedes Susan E. Kelly of WhatKateWore.com. Upon closer inspection, it reveals a micro-animal stripe, discreetly defiant. Ralph Lauren suede knee-high boots, a black roll-neck sweater, and Daniela Draper's recycled gold initials necklace created an aesthetic that straddled the line between school-run elegance and Condé Nast cafeteria style. The ensemble communicated in informal plurals, accessibility, affordability, and personality. The fans cherished it. I hurried to the Zara on Queen Street during my lunch break, said Gemma Davies, a data analyst from Cardiff, who waited 40 minutes for the skirt, which was sold out in less than 3 hours. During lockdown, when Catherine showcased the print during a virtual early years roundtable, Grazia described it as comfort fashion at its most convincing. Retail intelligence company Edited predicts that animal microprints will surpass flowers by 18% in Q4 2025. The princess has consistently served as a precursor to high street data, states Edited's retail strategist Kayla Marwick. When Catherine dons a motif twice, it transitions from a trend to a staple. Catherine Walker cream coat dress, Victoria Airport, 2016. Ultimately, the farewell almost dissipated into the morning fog of Canada. As the RAF Voyager taxied down Victoria's seaside runway, Catherine reappeared in a custom Catherine Walker coat, the hue of milled oats, accented with ivory piping and softly flaring over an obscured whistle skirt. Queen Elizabeth II's diamond maple leaf brooch shimmered against the wool, a poignant homage to the nation she was departing. L.K. Bennett floret pumps with an Anushka pearl and diamond drop provided symmetry. There was no commotion at that time, as we were captivated by her red preen cocktail dress 2 nights prior, remembers photographer Chris Jackson, who documented the trip. However, when I retrieved my negatives for an exhibition last year, attendees lingered at the airport photograph longer than at any ballroom gown. The coat's understated swoosh, immortalized in motion, now circulates as a Pinterest guide for discreet luxury wedding aesthetics. Royal etiquette expert Alastair Bruce elucidates the potency of understatement. In monarchy, restraint frequently conveys more than embellishment. The piping reflects navy uniform braid. The maple brooch symbolizes Commonwealth unity. Refined minimalism transforms into diplomatic maximalism. Canadian supporters commemorated the 9th anniversary of the Goodbye clip by inundating X, previously Twitter, with heartleaf emoticons. She rendered beige unforgettable, said user @MapleRoyalist, garnering 12,000 likes in less than an hour. Catherine's recent appreciation for her calmer times aligns with a wider shift in fashion sensibilities. As sustainability indicators become prominent and public opinion shifts away from throwaway extravagance, the industry is increasingly favoring repetition, adaptability, and the integrity of design. The Princess's Archive has unexpectedly become a guide for conscious consumption, notes Dana Thomas, creator of Fashionopolis. She alters garments rather than discarding them, combines Zara with Armani, and employs color as a means of expression rather than mere attention-seeking. The commercial effect substantiates that notion. Lyst, a luxury resale platform, indicates a 31% increase in searches related to these 6 ensembles from January 2025. TikTok's most viewed fit check duets no longer emulate Catherine's extraordinary dresses. Instead, they reconstruct her daily attire, the gray tweed, burgundy pleats, and zebra midi, using thrifted items and hash-to-pesh dupe techniques. Even Generation Alpha royal enthusiasts are participating. She is the original capsule wardrobe queen, said a 14-year-old clipmaker in a recent YouTube haul. The palace seems satisfied. A representative for Kensington Palace's Sustainable Fashion Initiative, which starts this fall, asserts that Her Royal Highness contends that quality and durability merit equal recognition to novelty. Insiders suggest that upcoming events may revive at least 2 of the aforementioned designs, one in its original state and another allegedly reimagined by designer Edeline Lee. For Catherine, these renewed accolades must be both gratifying and validating. The fashion news cycle is unforgiving. What is considered forgettable on a Tuesday may evolve into the defining aesthetic of that day a decade later. This arc reflects Catherine's professional evolution, transitioning from a freshly appointed duchess to a prospective queen consort, where nuances coalesce into pronouncements that shape institutions. Upon examining the comment threads accompanying newly reposted images of these outfits, a consensus emerges. "I contemplated this ensemble," acknowledges @the Cambridge commenter under a photograph of the Armani red suit, "but now I understand why my mother included it in her vision board." Another individual, in response to the Berlin bird outfit, said, "I cannot fathom that I typed 'burn it' in 2017. It deserves to be in a museum. It may occur shortly." Officials at the Victoria and Albert's Fashion Gallery have formally requested one of Catherine's early fulled London pieces for an imminent show on the British power dress revolution. Until that time, the rest of us are at liberty to extract inspiration from her neglected repository on a regular basis. Does your professional attire need an update without the environmental impact of a shopping spree? Examine Catherine's monochromatic tweed design. Do you want to feel a surge of serotonin during your Zoom session? Utilize the hopeful whirl of her burgundy skirt suit. Are you considering wearing inconspicuous attire for a civil ceremony? The white Catherine Walker coat dress exemplifies understated elegance. In the age of endless scrolling, genuine style influence often stays hidden, waiting for cultural recognition. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has consistently grasped that lesson, cataloging subtle expressions akin to discreet correspondences to her future self. The letters are now being examined, line by line and silhouette by silhouette, unveiling a story that seems quite contemporary. Fashion as a form of diplomacy, sustainability, and, most importantly, endurance. Occasionally, the most radiant gems shine only after the focus has shifted. In 2025, these previously overlooked ensembles radiate more brilliantly than ever, a testament to the notion that gradual development may surpass immediate brilliance. Have I overlooked your clandestine preference? My mailbox and the comment area are accessible, since any experienced royal observer understands that the dialogue remains incomplete without public input. Thank you for watching the video.